Calling all teachers. Have you spent the last couple months struggling to find ways to give feedback to your students that is in the moment and on the spot? Have you been overwhelmed trying to provide accommodations and modifications to your ENL or special education students? Looking for ways to simulate walking around your classroom and being able to simultaneously work with students on their assignments? Well, Classkick is the program for you. Let us introduce ourselves. I'm Kristen Weiss, an ENL teacher and tech coach in the district.
And I'm Jen Warnicki, an English teacher and tech coach for the district. Did you know that Classkick helps teachers create assignments, monitor progress, and give feedback in real time? We're going to show you what it looks like on the student end of Classkick when you give an assignment and what you as a teacher can see while the students are working.
But first, what are students and teachers saying about Classkick? Some teachers are saying you can see your students' work instantly, facilitate more feedback than ever before, and everyone learns better together. I finally feel like I'm teaching again. A student says, my teacher can help me when I need it and not days later after he corrects my work. It's really easy to use, and when I'm done with my work, I feel like I can help other students. Then I know if I really understand the material. Another teacher says Classkick is a free app that shows teachers in real time exactly what students are doing, who needs help, so they can provide instant feedback. Classkick is your virtual classroom. You know where they are sitting. You can even peek over their shoulders, and it gives you the ability to squat down and work with a student that you need to one-on-one. All right, let's get started. What do the teachers see when they sign into Classkick? They see each and every student that has already signed into their assignment. So, for example, I have BB, Hector, and Jasmine here. The black box that is around the slide shows me, the teacher, which slide the student is currently on. So, for example, BB is on slide 1, where Hector is doing work on slides 2 and 3, as I see the black box going back from slide 2 and 3. Jasmine's doing work on slide number 3 as well. If I see that Jasmine needs some extra help on slide number 3, all I would have to do is double click and I would be brought right into Jasmine's screen. But we'll show you more about that in a little bit. Classkick can have many different learning opportunities for the students to partake in. So what are these learning activities? There's drawing and typing and adding images, quick audio recordings for you as the teacher to use, but also for the students to use as well. We can embed links for students to offer more scaffolds. Students can do their work on paper and take a quick picture of their work, and we can even do manipulatives. Classkick lets you set question points to each of your questions. There's keyboard shortcuts, there's answer keys, there's sticker feedback with points as well, which will always be exciting for the students to receive. In this presentation, you are going to see two different views, the teacher view and the student view. So let's get started with the student view.
There are two tools for drawing in Classkick. One is a pen or pencil, and the other is a highlighter. You choose them at the top of the student view in their menu bar at the top. The pen, if you click on it, you can pick a different color for your pen. You can also change the width of the pen. So this slide, for example, asks the student to draw a circle or color in the blob monster that shows how they're feeling. So they can do this. If I wanted to highlight, I'm going to color in this person. These highlighter tools are great if you're having students annotate a slide or find examples in a text. It is easy to do in Classkick. So to see this from the teacher side, I would go and I can see all the slides here, but I'm just going to look at the slide that we just did. So now I'm going to see all of my students and slide 8 and where they are. And you can see an overview. You can see who has marks on their paper, who does not. My slide, I am logged in, and you can see I am on this slide because there is a black box around it. So if you click, as the teacher, if I wanted to click in here and maybe grade this or give some feedback, I could just click, and then you are helping Dazzling Duck on slide 8. I'm Dazzling Duck as the student, and you can see the work that I've done. So at this point, I could give feedback to the student either by using the text feature or the record feature, which we're going to talk about next. I could also give feedback by giving them points and giving them their score for this assignment. Great job. So the next feature we're going to talk about is the record option. And there is an audio recording tool that you can use to record answers. So this question asks you to record the answers to the following questions. What is your name? What school do you work? And what grade and subject do you teach? So there at the top of, again, the student toolbar, there's what looks like a microphone. And students can easily record audio by just clicking on the microphone. And a box appears on the side that says Start Recording. Hi, my name's Jennifer Warnicki. I work at Albany High School and I teach English to English language learners. The audio is then generated right here, and they can just drag it around to wherever, whatever question it matches up with. You can see that the teachers can also use the audio record button to record instructions or to record a read aloud on the page. And you don't have to go to a separate spot to do the recording and upload a link. It's all embedded in Classkick. So students can give audio answers instead of written responses when appropriate. From the teacher view, again, we're going to go back. We're going to look at slide 9, and you can see this students who have left audio recording. You can see it on the screen in the middle. If they haven't left it yet, there's nothing there. As a teacher, if I wanted to jump in, I could also use this to give feedback, the audio tool. So I just jumped in. I'm helping, again, Dazzling Duck, one of my students. So I can see that she didn't, I've listened to this. I'm going to click this. I can listen to it. I can see that maybe she didn't answer the third question. So I can go back in and I can write on her slide if I want to. It's like, please answer question 3. Or I, as the teacher, can go in and do a recording. Dazzling Duck, you did not answer the third question. Can you please go back and make another recording and answer the third question? Thanks. And I can go ahead and put that right there. If I want to make sure that she listens to it, I can maybe click on the highlighter and highlight it, put an arrow, say plus play, whatever I want to do to make sure that she knows to listen to my feedback.
The camera tool in Classkick allows students to take pictures or upload images of their work that they have done. Living right here in the toolbar, where you will see a camera. All the student has to do is click on Add Image. They have the choice of uploading it from their computer or taking a picture using the camera that is built into Classkick. It is easy as this. The camera appears, the student holds up their picture of what they need to do, whether it's a drawing or a mathematical equation. They click Capture, and the picture appears on their screen almost instantly. They can take it and they can move it to make it smaller or bigger in order for the teacher to be able to read it. Classkick uses the Control-X, Control-C, and Control-V shortcuts in order to layer pictures on a page. If we take another picture, capture it, and then want to move the original picture, the one that we took first, to the top, all we would have to do is click on the original picture, do Control X for cut, Move the second picture over and Control V to land the first picture on top of the second picture. Students can easily add images of their work or add pictures to presentations that they are working on in your class very easily with the camera feature.
On this slide, we're going to show you the pen and raised hand feature. So the slide asks me, the directions say to pick a red pen. So I'm going to, again, change the color of my pen to red and circle a place in the world I would like to travel. And then it tells me that to raise my hand and for a please check. So to do that, the students hit the selector so that they can click on things. In the top right hand corner, it says raise hand. When you click on that as a student, there's two options, please help, which is yellow, or please check, which is green. Students can click on the yellow if they need you to come in and help them on a slide, or the green if they're ready for that slide to be checked or graded. Now on the teacher view, when a student's hand is up, you will see it appears in the bottom right corner. So I know that Dazzling Duck wants me to check this. So I could go into their slide and check it, or I can just give them the points here since I can see that they've circled a place. So if you look, as on the teacher view, you can also see who has their hand raised up here in the upper right-hand corner, that I have 2 raised hands. So when I click on that, it tells me that I am ready for a check here, and Krista is ready or needs help. So if I would click on this, it would take me straight to Krista's slide, and I would be able to help her on this slide. Now back in the student view of Classkick, I can put my hand down. Students can also do that, like maybe they needed help, but then they figured it out, they can go ahead and put it down. On the next slide, we're going to show you 2 tools. So as a teacher, you can create a fill in the blank answer choice, which is automatically graded for you. And you can use manipulatives. So on the teacher dashboard, when you're creating this, you will see this is for the little boxes are for for manipulatives, adding manipulatives in your slide, and the checked box is for a fill in the blank. So the question asks me, how much money does she have? It wants me, I can use manipulatives to count it out, and then I can put my answer here in the box. So I can drag these to show 1 quarter, 3 dimes, and 8 pennies. And then I could go ahead and then count that out. I know if I put the answer here, let's just say that it's, I think it's 62 cents. I'm gonna put that there. Right, so the teacher on in this student view has turned on the allow students to see their grade. So I know that I haven't worked that out correctly, so that I know I need to go back and keep working on that problem. It's not correct yet. When I put in the correct number, which is 63, it's going to show me that I have a point. Now, if you want to turn that off so that students aren't randomly guessing 59, oh, wrong, 57, until they get the right number, you can in the teacher dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and put the correct number in so you can see what that looks like on the teacher side. If we go back to the teacher slide and go to slide 13, you can see this is what it looks like from you can see that the students have answered it correctly. You do not have to assign these points. It was automatically graded because it was a fill in the blank. You can also see who gets it wrong, so you can swoop in there, and Creative Cat needs some help. So I can go in there and I can leave some feedback on her slide and help her figure out this problem. So back to the student view, we're going to go to the next slide. And this is an example using a highlighter, how you might have your students using the highlighter or the pen actually make corrections to the sentence. So this is for daily oral language, an example of how you could use this. Maybe I'm going to click the highlighter and it's an orange. And I'm going to highlight every word that needs to be capitalized here. So the students would go through and whatever uh, coding that you have for your students when you're doing daily edits, or if you're doing daily edits in class, maybe they put the periods here, however it works, a period at the end. And then it says, write or type out the sentence with your changes. So for most students, it's going to be easier to type if they have a stylus. Like if they're using their own iPad and can write with the iPencil tool, that would probably be easy for them. We do have students who do that. But for the Chromebooks, it's going to be easiest if they click the T and then they go ahead and then a text box appears. So then they can just type into the text box. And if the text box will actually become bigger as they keep typing, but if they want to make it bigger, they can drag and drop the text box. They can move it around to different spots on the slide. So that is how you use the text tool in the classroom, Classkick. So then we go to the teacher view. Again, same thing. I can see how some students have started to make edits. I can look at this and see if they're on the right track or not. So I could be grading, I could be zooming in and giving help and feedback at the same, while all the students are working at their own pace.
This is an example of the student view of the multiple choice feature in a math class. So this worksheet was taken from the internet. It was downloaded in a PDF form and uploaded into Classkick. It originally was not a multiple choice, so the teacher turned it into a multiple choice by adding the key up at the top. Using the mouse feature up here in select mode, students will go through and decide whether the line is positive, negative, 0, or undefined by using the corresponding letter that goes through and next to it. If the student needs help, they can raise their virtual hand, which is right up here, to ask for help for their teacher. They can say, please help, or please check. So their hand is raised for their teacher to come in and help them, or what this teacher has also provided is a video for them to view. If you click on the video, they can watch it inside their browser. If they would like to watch it into a new YouTube browser or a new tab, all they would have to do is click down here. This is a scaffold that will help them and a resource that will help them understand or be retaught the material of what a positive line is or a negative line, etc. But what does it look on the teacher side? On the teacher side, it's easy to create. All you have to do is go right here to where it says add multiple choice. You choose the correct answer. So for example, if I was doing C again, the correct answer is undefined. So I would click D and I would add my amount of points right here. If I wanted it to be 2 points to 3 points, however many points I wanted it to be, I would click save and it would automatically come down here I can put it here. It comes right onto the page. When the teacher comes back to their landing page, they can see on slide 15, which was the multiple choice worksheet, that this student has only 4 points out of a possible 18 points and has their hand raised. All the teacher has to do is double click and they will be right inside working next to the answer key that is currently here as well. The teacher side can show you that they have answer for A correctly, they have B correct, but C is incorrect. But what if I wanted to show, as the teacher, show my students which answer choices they got incorrect? All I would have to do is go up to here, which is filters, turn on show students their grades, as soon as you go to filters, show students their grades, it'll automatically populate onto the student's side. So they're going to be able to see that they got A, B, and C correct. However, if you don't lock the assignment, students will then be able to go on and try to figure out which one it is by clicking on all of the buttons until it turns green. So definitely something to be aware of when you're showing students their grades in Classkick. Classkick offers easy ways for teachers to embed scaffolds for their students on any given assignment. For example, if a student is working on this math problem, perhaps they need to have Google Translate, a calculator, or a video to show them how, all which can be created using this link button. All you would have to do is click here, title whichever it is. So for example, testing, and then drop the URL. It can be any YouTube, it can be any website that you want to take them to for extra practice or help. Any website would work. Click save and it automatically populates into everyone's screen. Now that you had an opportunity to get to know Classkick on the student side, let's look more closely on what it would look like from the teacher view. What do teachers get to see? They get to see their whole class live moving through their slides and are able to dive deep into whichever slide a student needs more help with. Follow students' pacing with a black outline on the slide that they need to be with, and then see students in real time creating their work live.
You may be wondering, how do I get started with Classkick? How do I even make an assignment? Can I use the worksheets that I already have or Google Slides? And the answer is yes. So you can upload an existing assignment from a PDF. And if your assignments are in Google Slides, remember, you can download your Google Slide as a PDF and then upload it into Classkick. When you do that, you can use the entire PDF, the entire sheet, or you can snip parts of it that you would want. And you can upload multiple PDFs from different sheets into the same assignment, or different parts of the PDF into the same assignment. So let me show you what that looks like from the teacher side. So this is the teacher landing page. You can see these are all of my assignments. To make a new assignment, I click this green plus button. So I have some choices here. I can do a new blank assignment. That's if I want to build the assignment on a blank screen in Classkick and add all of the elements myself. That is an option, but oftentimes I have things that I want to already made that I want to add to Classkick, or I want to use different slide backgrounds. So we're going to do create from file. Before I show you this, I just want to note that they do have an assignment library. It's not incredibly robust, especially for the higher grades, but you can browse the assignment library and get assignments that way that other teachers have created. So we're going to go create from file. And when I do that, it's going to pop up my downloads from my computer. So it'll pop up. I can choose things that are in my documents. It doesn't have to be in my downloads. I just recently downloaded something. So I'm going to go to downloads and I'm going to take this combining like terms algebra worksheet just to show you what this looks like. So at the top, it says drag to select or click select all. If I click select all, it's going to take all 6 of these problems and put them into the Classkick. So the entire Classkick slide will look exactly like this worksheet. All right, you can see that there are 2 pages to the worksheet and it will take both of them. So we are going to, I don't want to do that. I want to kind of break this up, and I don't want to have the 6 problems. Maybe I just want to do 2. So I'm going to drag. So what that means, I just do this and I just highlight or click on the parts of the worksheet that I want to import into Classkick assignment. And I click next, and it gives me a little preview. It said add to questions. This is a new question. So this is going to be a new slide, its own slide in Classkick. So I'm going to click next. So now I can see this is my first slide. So it says finish or add another. So I'm going to click add another because I want to add another image from that same PDF. So I click here and I'm going to take this problem down here and I'm going to go next. And it says, add this to a new question or question one. So if I wanted these both to appear on the same page, I could add it to question one. If I want it to be its own page, you would choose new question. Now you can see I have 2 slides in my assignment. So you can see how you can keep building your assignment. You click finish. Once you finish assignment, that doesn't mean that you can't add more images or more pages and slides. You can keep your assignment going. So that means maybe you create a Classkick assignment. It's got 3 slides the first day. The next day the students come back, there's 3 more slides for them to work on. So it's all in one place. They don't have to go to different assignments if you don't want them to. All right. So once you have uploaded your PDF into Classkick, that kind of becomes the background, the image that the students will see. And then you go back in and you add your features and your activities to your slides. So this is where you build all of these different activities. You can add voice recordings. You can add multiple choice questions or fill in the blank questions. You can add manipulatives to the slides. You can add a text box if you want to put some more directions or parts of the problem that weren't included. You can upload a photo. You can add a link to a website or a scaffold or a tool that will help the students. And all of these are added after you upload your PDF into Classkick. So once you've created your assignment, you will be in the edit screen on the teacher dashboard. And this is what it will look like. This is an example of an assignment. This is 29 slides long. So you will be able to see all of your slides. Now, how do I get it to the students? So to assign the assignment, you click on assign. And you have to have a roster. So to create a roster, you just click on this plus button and you would call your roster whatever makes sense for you, whether that's period 3, period 4, English class, math class. It depends on what grade level you're teaching and what you're teaching. So you assign the roster. Everyone that's in that roster should be in the same grade book, in the same class, so that when it comes time to grade, it's easy for you. So if you teach 5 sections of the same class, it would make sense to name each period or each section its own roster, not dump all of those kids into the same class. So when you have your roster ready to go, to assign it, you just click here. There's a link. And that is what you drop. Either you copy the link, and now you can put this in the chat of your Google Meet, or you can assign it on your Google Classroom. And when students log in, they just click on this link and they log in with their name. So students will see this and they just sign in with their name, they press continue, and then the assignment will just pop up for them to get started and working on. So now comes the fun. You can watch the students work and you can give feedback while they work in real time. So some of the ways to give feedback, you can leave a sticker on their slide. You can write or draw right directly on their slide. You can leave a voice recording on their slide. And students will see that feedback immediately. So you are there with them, letting them know how they're doing while they're working. Another great feature about Classkick is that students can also help themselves and help each other if you want that option. So you'll see at the top of my screen here, I'm in the student version, I'm in the student side. I can raise my hand on the top right, but you'll see on the top left, I have this hand with a 1 next to it. So my teacher has enabled the peer helpers option. And what that means is in this assignment, if I see this means one of my classmates needs help and I can go in and help them. So I click on this and it will tell me it does not give the student that you're helping, you do not know who you're helping. So it will always come up as one of these names. So a broad-minded bear needs help on slide 15. So if I click on this, I will go directly to a broad-minded bear slide and I will have a chance to help them. And I can give feedback the same way that the teacher would. So you have to think about whether this is an option that you would want to turn on for your students or not, and if that makes sense.
Two additional features that we want to make sure that you're aware of on the teacher side of Classkick are the filters and the stickers. Let's look at the stickers first. But first, why use stickers? Stickers can be used as a form of feedback for students because you are able to write in anything that you would like to accompany it with. And also, you can award points to the stickers or simply just use stickers for encouragement. You're able to add stickers to any one individual student slide simply by clicking on the star and looking over here where all of your stickers, personalized stickers, can be created. I believe Classkick comes with about 6 to 7 different stickers, but then you can personalize. How do you personalize them? You can personalize them by adding your Bitmoji, adding a picture that you found on the web that you like, or using any sort of sticker that they have already created by changing and editing what it says underneath. So what do these look like? So for example, if I chose this Among Us character, I can say, oh, not yet. So close, keep going. So that would be an encouragement sticker. I could also give some feedback. Let's say this one. I'm a little lost. Can you try saying that in a different way? Or, my eyes capitalize the first letter of the first word of your sentence. It needs to be capital. Or if you would like, you can give a encouragement sticker. Persevere, it's hard, but you can do it. 2 points for trying in your effort. You can add great details, 2 points, and it'll automatically populate at the top of their page an extra 2 points that you have added to their grade. You can change what it says by simply clicking on the pen where it says edit, and you can change the sentence or phrase underneath or the value of your points as well. But we're going to up the game just a little bit more because it gets better. They have some feature here called Sticker Wand. Before I show you Sticker Wand, I wanted to make sure that we touched upon one other feature in Classkick that I find to be very helpful. If I'm working on, for example, slide 15 with all of my students, and I just want to look at slide 15, I don't want to look at all of these slides, I can come right up here and where it says view all slides, I can click slide 15, and then all of a sudden, only slide 15 of all of my students are right here for me to view. Sometimes I use this as an example to show off student work. If students feel as though they don't want their names to be shown, which I totally understand, I usually come down here and I click hide students' names. Classkick will change the names into silly, focused fish, dazzling dolphin, rational robot, different names that will hide the identity of that student. But back to the sticker wand. I come right over here to where it says stickers. I can come right down here and choose whichever Bitmoji that or sticker that I want. And I can say, awesome. We're going to do the Yahoo, I'm proud of you. And I'm going to click Focus Fish gets a sticker, he gets a sticker, Dazzling Dolphin gets a sticker. Any student that I want to give a sticker to can just very quickly and easily get those 2 points added to their grade by me clicking on their slide with the sticker emoji with points attached. It's as easy as that. This also brings us to the additional filters of which you can use on Classkick. So some of these we've already spoken about and some of them we haven't. So I'm going to make sure that you know every one of these. So right now, I think I'm probably only going to have one student who's online in this class. So I can hide offline students. So for example, if you don't want to have everybody on your roster because not everyone is in your class during that day, you don't want them to have shown up on your Classkick, all you have to do is click right here and then all the other ones will disappear. So as you can see, I have Brave Bear, Focused Fish, and Loving Llama all have this on their computer right now and are opened up to it. I can also see that Focused Fish, which is actually the key that I've been showing you over here, is the only one that is actually on the slide that I'm actually asking them to be on. So I can very quickly call Focus Fish back, and now you will see that there is a black line around this box. Now I know that Focus Fish is right here on the same page that I want them to be on. So that's a way to call your students to the correct slide and knowing whether or not they are with you or perhaps focused on something different. If you've given your students a time limit for an assignment to do and you want them not to be able to fill in the answers as you're going over them, one of the filter features is lock assignment. Click on this button and no student will be able to add any additional writing or answering of any questions while the assignment is locked. You can also hide students in your class on your roster that haven't started the assignment yet by clicking this button. You can hide assignments on the student dashboard, and you can hide students seeing their grade or not seeing their grade. If you're back here on the landing page and you would rather have students' thumbnails be smaller, you can shrink them by going and clicking on Shrink Thumbnail, which you won't be able to see everything on their slide. And of course, their names get smaller. The most wonderful part of Classkick is when you see this little circle with the eye next to it, all you have to do is click that button and it will give you a small, very easy to follow tutorial on what that feature is and how to utilize it in your classroom. Here are some of our most commonly asked questions. Can my co-teacher and I have the same view? And the answer is yes. You can have what's called a secondary account with with the initial teacher's login, but you will have a different password. You have to fill out this attached form and Classkick will send you a secondary login with a new password. Can I copy and paste images or words into slides? Yes, you can do that from the internet, and all you have to do, you can right click and click on copy image, and then just remember that in Classkick, you need to use the Control V, Control X, or Control C features when you're copying, pasting, or cutting. How can my students see if they have the correct answer or not? Remember that on the teacher landing page, click under filters, then click allow students to see their grade. This will not show them the correct answer, and the box will turn red if incorrect and green if it is correct. And finally, how does my student know if I have given them feedback? In the upper left-hand corner of the student page, there is a little bell, and you're going to see that right up here. When the teacher leaves feedback, a number will appear. So you can see right here that the number is 1. You click on it. It says, Mrs. Bice left you feedback on slide 16, 14 minutes ago. So if a student is working on, say, we'll say slide 25, and the teacher is going through and giving feedback on different slides, all the student would have to do is click right here and it'll take them right to slide 16 where the feedback was given, which were the stickers that we used in the previous slides. So students can click on the bell to go right to the feedback, or if they've already spoken to their teacher, they can just click right up here. It is not highlighted right now, but it's a swirly E. They click on it and it'll eliminate or remove that feedback. Now that you have explored the student side and seen the teacher side of Classkick, what are your next steps? Click right here on how to set up your account and follow the steps to set up your own teacher account. So when you click here, you'll be taken to a Google Doc. And in that Google Doc, it'll give you step-by-step directions on how to set up your teacher account, followed with pictures and videos at the end in order to have quick references on how to add your Bitmoji as a sticker, camera feature, embed links to Classkick, and much, much more. Thanks for joining myself and Jen Warnicki for Classkick. We hope you find it as fantastic as we do. Did you like what you watched? Do you want to learn more? Make sure you subscribe to the Albany Tech Coaches YouTube channel.